Warning, watch out for the people like Cain so that they don't kill you too, like Korah, the ones who was trying to steal power and cause people to die. And Balaam, oh, that wicked Balaam, that prophet who talked to a donkey with a man's mouth and still went astray for the money and the greed, even teaching the evil king how to cause the people of God to fall using stuff offered to idols and through sexual immorality. Listen to what it says in Jude 1 and 11. Woe unto them, for they have gone in the way of Cain, and ran greedily after the error of Balaam for reward, and perished in the gainsaying of Korah. This is John 14 and 6 series part 2. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man come on to the Father but by me. We're talking about the ways of the Lord. The Lord's way are not our ways. And so we know that in the past, people have said, are you in the way? Are you in the way of the Lord? Or even the older folks says, I can't stand that person's evil ways. They got ugly ways, meaning how they're living their lives. And what we have in our heart guides and pushes why we do what we do. And so let's look at what was up with Cain. There's a mistake that people make and say that Cain killed his brother for all kinds of different reasons. But today you're going to know the truth and what the Bible says why Cain killed his brother. Let's look at 1 John 3 and 12. You'll be smarter even knowing this. Listen to what it says. 1 John 3 and 12. Not as Cain, who was that wicked one who slew his brother, and therefore slew he him, because his own works were evil and his brothers were righteous. Cain slew his brother because his works was evil and his brother's works was righteous. You think sometimes that people are just hating on you for all kinds of reasons. Would you believe sometimes is that you might be doing the right things and they're doing the wrong things, and that's why they hate you? Wow, isn't that something? All this time you think it's because of this and that and the other, but it very well be because you're trying to follow the Lord and do what's right in God's eyes, is that they hate you and want to get rid of you. And listen, this was his brother. This was a relative. And so sometimes the people in your life are trying to destroy you because the light that's shining from someone who loves the Lord, that don't mean like you're perfect and you're doing all kinds of great things and they're doo-doo, but you're just trying to do what's right in God's eyes, and it shows that the things that they're trying to do is wrong. And what was the thing that Abel was doing that was so right that made his brothers look so wrong? You're going to be so much smarter just knowing this. People don't even know this, but today you're learning this. Hebrews 11 and 4. Hebrews 11 and 4. This is why. By faith, Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his gift, and by it he, being dead, yet speaketh, meaning that his gift and his faith was so great in his and what he did, even though his brother Cain killed him, his blood spoke from the ground. And even now it says that he's good and Cain is bad. Listen, Cain had to pay for that. The earth never gave its yield to him anymore. He was struggling from there forth. We hear about that mark that he got. People think that's the curse. No, that actually was a mark of grace. So people know that if you see this mark on him, don't kill him. So it's actually more of a mark of grace. The thing of it was he became a vagabond. So when the people are talking about I'm going to do this and that and trying to kill people, they don't realize that their own life and their livelihood are in jeopardy. So he became a vagabond. Don't go after his way. Then we look at the other person. His name is Korah. Korah was a priest. He was anointed. I won't say anointed. I'll just say appointed a priest along with the people of God with Moses out in the desert. And so this guy named Korah, he was a hot mess. He wanted the things that Moses had because he misunderstood who Moses was. Listen to what it says in Numbers 16:3. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron and said unto them, Ye take too much on you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Therefore, then lift ye up yourself above the congregation of God. That's what he accused Moses of. Moses took and spoke to the Lord and said, Lord, I didn't take nothing from nobody. I didn't hurt nobody. I didn't mess with them at all. And so then Moses had an idea, because remember, he was like 250 priests, and they were trying to throw a coup on Moses in the desert. And so in Numbers 16:21, Moses says, separate yourselves from among them. This congregation that I may consume them in a moment. Moses was talking to the Lord. The Lord actually said that, like, I'm about to tear everybody up, mess everybody up. And Moses comes back and he says, and Moses said, this is 16:28, hereby ye shall know that the Lord has sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of any my own mind. So he didn't do anything of his own accord. It was for the Lord. But because Korah was going after the money and wanted the fame that Moses had, he was trying to kill him. But it didn't work. It went very, very bad for Korah and him. It says in Numbers 16:32, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their horses, and all the men that preyed unto Korah and all their goods. So what happened was, they came with the censers, and Moses said, divide between us, Lord, who's right and who's wrong, and told everybody, stay away from them. Don't basically go after them, because if you're with them, this will happen. And the earth opened up, sucked them all up, and covered them right over. And that's what happened. They was destroyed. You can read that in Numbers 16. That was Korah. Then you have Balaam. Balaam was the one that caused the people of God to stumble. The Lord would not allow him to curse the people of God. He wouldn't do it. And so what it was is Balaam took and taught the people, or the evil king Barak, how to cause the people of God to fall by using things offered to idols and sexual immorality. Listen to what it says in Revelations 2:14. But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Barak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit adultery. That's how he caused the people of God to fall. Boy, doesn't that seem like even today how we get involved into all these idolatry type of things in our day, and this sexual immorality is just starting to crush the children of God. And so when you find yourself being attacked through the flesh and wanting and to do certain things, and things are rejected at you, and people coming at you with the sexuality and trying to get you to do things of the world and the lure of money, these are common things among the people who do things their own way. This Cain, this Korah, and this Balaam, it says, whoa, watch out for those people. Whoa, don't be a part of those people. Whoa, don't do that. Don't be like these people. Don't hang around these people. Don't even get involved in their philosophy and their things of life, because all of them got destroyed. All of them have the chains of hell waiting for them, because one was upset because her brother was doing righteous. So, oh, you're not a goody at two shoes. Try to kill him. It didn't work for him. The other Korah said, hey, you're making all that money. You're doing all this. That's too much for you. You should let me handle that. We are holy. But in actuality, they were not holy. Moses was holy. Moses was humble. It was about working for the Lord, not making himself fancy or trying to make a lot of money. Then Balaam just was out for the dough. He loved the wages of sin more than God, and just caused the people of God to stumble through trickery and deceit. and he died at the sword. So it's a warning for you. Do things God's way. Don't do things these people's way, and watch out for them. God bless you, and remember, Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man come unto the Father but by me.